Get ready for a wild ride through history. From leech therapy to shooting folks with rifles, here are 20 of the craziest medical treatments you won't believe. Leech therapy. Ancient Greek and Roman physicians used leeches to balance the four humors of the body, a balance that they believed was necessary for good health. This theory also guided leech therapy in the Middle Ages and beyond. And guess what? Even today, doctors use leeches in rare cases during microsurgery to re-establish blood flow. Trepanation. In prehistoric times, trepanation, or drilling a hole into the skull, was practiced across the globe. The practice continued until the late 18th century. A hole was drilled to allow the escape of evil spirits, to relieve pressure built up from fluid or blood, or to treat headaches or epilepsy. Bloodletting. From ancient Greece to the mid-19th century, bloodletting was thought to be a cure for almost everything. This treatment involved cutting open veins to drain blood from the body. It was not until Dr. James Blundell performed the first recorded successful blood transfusion in 1880 that bloodletting finally started to fall out of favor. Mercury treatments. Mercury has been used for centuries to treat everything from syphilis to skin conditions. Despite its toxicity, mercury salts were prescribed by physicians, often resulting in serious side effects. Mercury's use waned in the 20th century when safer medications became available. Toothworm theory. Throughout history, people believed that cavities were caused by tiny worms living inside teeth. The idea was so widespread that as late as the 19th century, dentists would drill into teeth to retrieve these supposed parasites. Mummy powder. The 19th century saw a craze over mummy powder, or mumia, as it was known. This powder was made from ground-up ancient mummies and was believed to help boost your health and vigor. The powder was touted as a treatment for impotence, tuberculosis, and even baldness. Tobacco smoke enemas. In the 17th and 18th centuries, doctors believed that tobacco smoke enemas could revive someone who had drowned or treat abdominal issues. The theory was that the smoke would warm and dry up the intestines, but this practice resulted in more deaths than it prevented. Animal dung poultice. Animal dung was a popular ingredient in Egyptian and Roman medicine, used to treat everything from snake bites to hemorrhoids. The most bizarre use of animal dung was in ancient Egypt, where crocodile dung was used as a form of contraception. Electric shock baths. During the late 19th century, electric shock baths were all the rage as a form of electrotherapy. These baths were used to treat hysteria and other nervous conditions. Patients would be placed in a tub filled with water connected to electrical wires. Sometimes the current was so strong that it killed them. Amputation without anesthesia. Prior to the discovery of effective painkillers like morphine and anesthetics, surgeries were quick affairs. Surgeons knew that if they took too long, patients might succumb to shock. During the American Civil War, surgeons had to perform amputations in less than 30 seconds. Cannibalistic remedies. Corpse medicine was a popular folk remedy in Europe and the Americas. This disgusting practice involved drinking the blood or fat of executed criminals in the belief that it would cure diseases or heal wounds. Urine therapy. In ancient Rome and India, urine was used as an antiseptic and as a treatment for various illnesses. It wasn't until the 19th century that people realized that urine was a potential source of infection rather than a cure for ailments. Plague doctors. Beak masks. During the 17th century, plague doctors in Europe wore strange, beaked masks. These masks were stuffed with fragrant herbs such as lavender and camphor, which they believed could filter out the bad air that was causing the plague. While there was some scientific basis for this idea, it was mostly superstition. Fire cupping. Cupping therapy, which involves placing heated cups on the skin to create suction, is still used today. But fire cupping is even more extreme. This painful procedure involves setting the skin on fire to remove impurities and bad blood. It was common in China until the 20th century and is still practiced in some areas. Lobotomies. During the mid-20th century, lobotomies were seen as a miracle cure for mental illness. This procedure involves severing the connections in certain parts of the brain. However, many patients suffered permanent damage and were left with severe disabilities. Scarification. Scarification, or the intentional creation of scars, is still practiced in some indigenous cultures as part of religious ceremonies or coming-of-age rituals. But it was also used as a medical treatment in the past. It was believed that creating scars would help treat everything from acne to joint pain. Tree panning plus herbs combo. After drilling a hole in the skull, some cultures would apply an herbal poultice to try to seal the healing process. The herbs were believed to have special powers to draw out bad humors from the brain or to protect against evil spirits. Hot iron branding for wounds. In the past, hot irons were used to cauterize wounds, essentially stopping the bleeding by burning the flesh around the wound. This practice was used until the 19th century, when antiseptics and anesthetics became more widely available. Herbal birth control. The ancient Greeks believed that eating silphium, an extinct plant, could prevent pregnancy. The active ingredient in silphium is thought to have been similar to modern birth control pills. Mouse paste for toothaches. In ancient Egypt, one unusual remedy for toothaches was applying a paste made from crushed mice to the gums around the affected tooth. They believed that the mice could suck the pain out of the tooth. Blistering as a cure. Blisters were seen as a sign of illness, and so it was common for healers to create blisters to draw out disease. Blistering was done by using things like heated coins, or by applying corrosive substances to the skin. Now it's time to make your voice heard. Comment below which of these treatments you'd never try, even if your life depended on it. And don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing historical tales.